Tonight, the Western Region Police say it has hit a snag with investigations into the kidnapping of 3 girls in the regional capital, Takoradi. The 3 have been missing for some time now, and though at least one suspect, Nigerian-born Samuel Wilson Udoteg, was arrested for allegedly masterminding the kidnapping, the girls have still not been found. We're going to hear from the Western Region Police Commander in a short while, express his frustrations. We'll however first hear from the mother of 18-year-old Ruth Kwesing, who has been missing since December 4, 2018. That was well before Christmas.
With the help of my pastor and a few friends around, we managed to raise some money. We sent him 1,200 cedis. Even with that money, we didn't see or hear from my daughter. We've never heard from her till date. We traced his line and got him arrested, but we later heard he had escaped from jail. We plead with everyone to help us trace my daughter. It's been very difficult for my family. I plead with government and everyone to help me locate my daughter.
Now, there are 2 other girls unaccounted for: Priscilla Blessing Bentum, aged 21, and Priscilla Crunchy, aged 15 years. Now, according to the police, the prime suspect who broke jail and was rearrested has refused to give meaningful leads to find the girls. Speaking earlier on the pulse, Western Region Police Commander DCOP Redeemer Vincent Dejo said the suspect in their custody is frustrating the efforts by refusing to cooperate.
What is actually happening is that this is the man who is supposed to open up to us to know where the victims are. We have tried all means to talk to him. He only, in the initial stage, he took us to Kasua. We went and combed the whole of Kasua. He could not be able to lead us to where the victims are. It took almost 17 days.
You've had him in custody for 17 days.
Yes.
And he keeps leading you to the wrong places.
Yeah, he's not ready even to talk. He will tell you he doesn't know where the victims are.
So, on what basis are you holding him?
No, on the phone that he made to the phones, the victim phone.
He has the phones of the victims.
No, the call that he made to the victims. In one of the instances, there was a communication between them before the kidnapping took place. In all the 3 cases that we have come to encounter.
Okay.
So we are holding him because if you don't know the people, immediately you were brought into custody. Communication to those lines also ceased, and those who also went off.
A lot of people have said that the police has not shown any serious level of competence, any serious level of urgency in finding these people because it's taken too long. How do you respond to that?
My response to that is that is the wrong perception about whatever we are doing. Because, it is not like the things are just that you go and put, you must use tactics. You must be, when the person starts, what can we do? You cannot subject him to inhuman treatment because the law of human rights does not allow a lot of things to be done. So if someone is saying that police not do, I don't know what they want us to do, apart from doing going by the procedural processes and doing what is right for us professionals.
Now, law lecturer Professor Henrietta Mensah-Bonsu says more senior security personnel must be tasked to take up the case.
I'm a mother of daughters, so I feel this keenly. I believe that a few mistakes have been made because now kidnapping is by professionals. So if the handling of it is amateurish, then you won't get very far. I believe that more senior, more experienced police investigators should get involved. I am surprised that you have tried to reach the Western Regional Command without success. I would urge them, if they are near a phone, to contact Joy FM, because this is the kind of silence that produces further insecurity. Everybody is vulnerable. And so if people feel insecure, you should be on air assuring everybody that the matter is well in hand. Sometimes we don't put enough value on our females, because if we put value on our females, then the disappearance of one would have caused consternation. But if the disappearance of one doesn't cause consternation, then it goes on. Almost 2 decades ago, we had the phenomenon of women being found killed.
Yes, yes.
We never really got satisfactory answers, and we moved on as a nation. Perhaps this should reawaken us to the fact that a woman is also valuable. And we should put everything into finding that one woman who cannot be found. Let us find her and let her explain why she did not make contact with people. We will learn from it and give advisories.
Well, with the police saying they are at their wits' end, we here at JoyNews and the entire multimedia group have decided it is time to stretch ourselves a bit more and see how we can assist the police. We have launched a campaign to engage you, the members of the public, to help out by sharing the images of the girls as far as possible. The hashtag Bring Back Our Tardy Girls is already trending, and we need you all to retweet until the girls are found. We're also pushing out the images on Facebook and WhatsApp. Please share the images with your friends in your WhatsApp groups. And I believe with your help, we can collectively help return these girls to their families. Well, as part of our efforts to bring some closure to this case, my colleague KOJO YANKSON is in the Western Region capital, Takoradi, and we will be speaking with him. But right now, we're joined by Skype by Adam BONAA. He is with the security warehouse. He's a security analyst, and he's going to be sharing some insights with us. Thank you for making time to speak with us, Mr. BONAA. Now, the police are telling us that they are at their wits' end. The reason why we're calling an expert like you, an analyst like you, is for you to help share some insights so that the police can probably take on that or follow up on those ones, and hopefully they can get to find these girls or give us some significant leads. What would you advise the police to do at this point?
I think at this point, good evening to your viewers. At this point, what the police do, I mean, I think from what the Western Regional Police Commander did say, they are relying on trying to, establish telephone calls, the kidnappers, and probably aid the police or the family. But the point still remains that there were previous telephone communications amongst the victims, their families, amongst the kidnapper families of the victim. And I mean, technology, is able to point approximately where these telephone calls were made for. Where these telephone calls were made for will still be there. I mean, this information is coming from the telecoms. I want to believe that they will have an idea of where the calls were made. If the calls were made outside the country, we will know. If they were made within the country, we will know. That data there, because then cell site, we know if you are using a GSM phone, your GSM phone is definitely connecting from a cell site. That cell site is able to approximately identify where you were whilst speaking or making a call. Even voice or type calls, these days we have instruments to intercept them. So that I'm speaking by Skype. It is possible for anybody the right interceptor to intercept this video call I'm doing. These things, they are so basic. And so I think that police should be looking at some alternative ways of trying to establish where these girls were, where they took them to. Because usually with kidnapping, they don't keep you at one point. They keep moving. They keep moving. And so I believe we should be able to follow their trail and give us some information.
Now, is it the case that the police are unaware of these ideas that you're sharing or the strategies that you're sharing?
Well, I've shared some of it with them, and I believe that as at last night, I had some conversations with the police, and I was assured that they were actually working on some of these things. The trouble is that, from my understanding of the police point of view, to be able to receive this information from Teleco, sometimes they have to go to court for a court to say, grant them the permission to be able to go into some of these data. And so I think from where they are coming from, I understood that. But for me, I did make clear that it took too long to do this. Probably the Western Regional Commander should have actually, the moment this case was reported, definitely the case is bigger than this. What he should have done was to report to headquarters. Then CID headquarters, together with the IGP and the rest, would have probably deployed. But the moment he tried working it and it wasn't working and he continued. And that is where the problem came from, because it's too long to be able to identify these people and their modus operandi. And so then, for me, I think that it's still not late. It's not everything that can be shared. I believe that some of it will still be. I'm still having conversations with, we are talking. I believe the other people who are all trying to assist with regards to ideas, trying to rescue this girl.
Now, these girls have been away from their families for a few weeks now, or have been gone missing for a few weeks now. What would you think could be their situation right now? Where is it that they are being kept? Do we know if they are being taken good care of? Do we know if they're being fed well? Do you know if they're being taken care of?
Well, they've been gone for several weeks, not few weeks. We are told about 5 months. If it's 5 months, and you take every 4 weeks makes a month. If you multiply that by 5, I think you are doing around 20 weeks. And 20 weeks would not be few weeks. That would be several weeks, because that's about half a year. If this month is gone, and we are talking about half a year. And so where they are usually for situations like this, a kidnapping situation like this, any time after 72 hours, your chances of finding the victims alive becomes much more slimmer. But we still have to believe that these people are bent on receiving their ransom, and therefore they will not harm this girl. But as for whether they are doing well or not, it's difficult to tell because then, first of all, some of the things were not done right. We lost track of where these girls were. As we speak, we don't even know if they're in the country. We don't know, because the suspected the kingpin himself is a Nigerian, and you know how porous borders are. They could have taken. So we need to. These are the options.
No, Mr. BONAA, a couple of scenarios pop up at me with the fact that knowing that the supposed kingpin is in custody. If this kingpin is in custody, then it means that probably the girls are by themselves, or probably nobody is there taking care of them. Or it could also be that the police have the wrong person in custody. Which other scenarios do you think we could be dealing with here?
No, I think the other scenario you haven't looked at has to do with the fact that kidnappers don't work. You don't have, hardly do you have lone kidnappers. Lone kidnappers are kidnappers who are kidnapping you to harm you or do other things to you. But kidnappers who are going to kidnap you for ransom taking, they don't work alone. It's a whole chain, a network that is well established, well practiced, well rehearsed. And so I want to believe that the scenario you want to be looking at is they would have rented a place in an isolated location. This place is good for anybody to, like, these people are there. And so as we speak, we have a certain percentage chance of these girls being in a particular place in this country or outside the jurisdiction of this country. So for me, I want to believe that it isn't working alone, because the police own narrative. What they did let us know was that there were different people calling for ransom. But it looks like this is the person who was actually the person leading, the lead. And so I don't want to believe KOJO. And so if there are landladies and landlords who are listening to us, who rented your house to some Nigerians who you believe could be involved in this, I think you should try to eavesdrop, try to know what's going on in your building. And these are things that we need to let the populace know, that these girls must be found alive, not dead, if in the country. And so we need to, your media is doing well, let landlords, landladies, those who own shops rented to Nigeria, they could be in any facility, shop, anywhere. If you're rented to any Nigerian, please try to let the police know, inform the police I've rented my property to a Nigerian shop or building. Let them come and search. As you have shown the images on your screen, let's have the images. If they have to begin to put them, chances are that the taxi driver, an Uber driver, bus driver will see. Let's put these images in taxis, in trotros, bus, in everywhere you find. Images should be there. That way, when the landladies are beginning to report Nigerians that Nigerians they've rented premises to, and the premises have to be set, chances are that we have to find if they are in the country.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. BONAA. And it's a good call that you're making. And indeed, our bulletin, in fact, the coverage or the broadcast of JoyNews is seen across the sub-region as well as in Nigeria. So if you are in Nigeria, we're sharing these images with you so that as much as possible, if you have any information, you can reach out to us on our social media handles. But if you're in Ghana, you can also call the police hotline 191, the police emergency number 191. So we're displaying the images on our screens right now, and we're calling on you, the members of the general public, to assist. Let's spread these images. Let's share them as wide as possible. Please share the images with your friends in your WhatsApp groups, and I believe with your help, we can collectively help return these girls to their families. We're also pushing out these images on our Facebook and WhatsApp. Let's keep sharing these images because I believe we can find these girls. We can find these girls with your support. As I indicated earlier, as part of our efforts to bring some closure to this case, my colleague KOJO YANKSON is in the Western Region capital. Hello, KOJO. Now, what's the latest update on the search for the missing girls?
We've been to the home of one of the victims, Ruth Quayson, who has become the poster girl, if you will, for this tragic kidnapping saga. Now, Ruth's home is populated with family members who have been meeting there every single day to update each other on the latest of Ruth's case. Now, what they tell me is that they have absolutely no trust in the police's ability to do a good job in bringing their daughter home, because the police have said too many contradictory things in the pursuit of the kidnapped victims. The individual they arrested, the Nigerian national, apparently gave them quite a bit of information before he absconded from jail. But since he returned to their custody, he has been absolutely unhelpful. He has sent them on wild goose chases to Kaswa, to Koforidua, to all parts of the country where they found absolutely no trace of the kidnapped girls. Now, Ruth Quayson's family believe that the police know a lot more than they are letting on, and they believe the police are corrupt and are complicit in this kidnapping matter. They believe the police actually may have fed information to some accomplices of this individual, reason why the girls keep being moved from one location to another. And the police always appear to be a step behind. This is the belief of Ruth Quayson's family. Now, at the moment, what they have been able to tell me about Ruth herself is that she's a young lady who doesn't really know Takoradi that well. She went to school at Pijai, which is just down the road from where she lives. She went to school and came home in a vehicle, never went anywhere else on her own. And so on the day that she disappeared, she told them that because she's been living such a sheltered life, she wants an opportunity to get a job which will give her a bit of experience. And she has heard of some recruitment happening at MTN. So she and a friend are going to go inquire about it. She left home with a neighbor who was on her way to the library. The neighbor shared a cab ride with her to a famous junction called BU Junction. The full name is Butman-Jebu Junction, but most people in the area know it as BU Junction.
All right.
At this junction, Ruth got out of the taxi and was never seen again. The last thing she said was that a friend had asked her to get down there so that the friend would meet her and they would make their way to MTN together, because Ruth on her own wasn't entirely confident she would find the way. Now, the first phone call Ruth made to her house after she was kidnapped was when she informed the family that she woke up after sitting in a taxi. She was unconscious and woke up in a room. She didn't recognize where she was. She was scared, but she was being asked to tell her family to send 500 Ghana cedis so that somebody would help her get home. That was the first ransom request.
Right.
That call got cut because of poor signal, and that was the last time the family heard from Ruth Quayson.
All right, KOJO, what do we know about the other two?
Well, I can tell you that I'm currently with the father of one of the other victims, Priscilla. Now, Priscilla's father is here with me, Mr. Alexander KOJO Mantiel, KOJO Crunchy, and he is willing to tell us a lot more about his daughter's disappearance.
Right, let's hear him.
Mr. Crunchy, good evening. You were telling me earlier how you left your daughter home, went out, and came back to find that she wasn't there. What happened next?
I had a phone call from her telling me that he is at a place he doesn't know where exactly he is. And I asked her how he managed to get there. And he told me he boarded the car. In fact, I was very shocked, so I couldn't prove it. So I started shouting, my daughter is missing. So my people around my came to me so that they started consoling me. And then we made our mind to get to the police and make a report that my daughter had been kidnapped. So on our way going, they heard from my background, and then they are phone. And they were asking me, it's a business, so I shouldn't involve the police. It's a business, so I should let them talk to me with on a business grounds. So I asked them how much they want to take from me. And they told me 5,000 Ghana. In fact, if even I will talk further about the money, my first point of call should be the police station and make my report before I can know what I should do. Okay, so I went to the police station at KOJO. So I was redirected to Anaji since our area is under Anaji's jurisdiction. So I made a complaint at Anaji police station, and all this while we were receiving phone calls from daughter's phone. And when the phone call comes, my daughter will be pleading that we should come to her aid, that we should send the money to the people so that they can release her. So after making my complaints at the police station, I came to the house to organize myself. By then they have given me an option that how much as a father can I give them. So initially I told them I give 500 Ghana, which they declined to offer. So I offered another 500, making 1,000, and then they accepted it. So when I came to them around 7:15 p.m., I organized myself and had that amount. So I called them, and he gave me a Vodafone number that I should send the money to that number. So I came from my house to where I can make that transfer. So after making the transfer, the both lines of my daughter's line and then the one they gave sent the money both went off. Since then, I haven't received anything from my daughter.
So you sent them how much?
1,000.
And then the line went off.
Yes.
Tell me about the arrest of the suspect and what the police told you throughout the investigation.
Ahead of the arrest, that was around Tuesday. That's the suspect has been arrested. So by then, my firstborn son, he and one of our brothers has been visiting the police divisional commander, giving them the updates. So Friday, they asked me if I can get someone to identify the culprit as having some relation with my daughter. So we remember that my daughter's friend is at her mother is selling at the pasta company agreed. So we went to see the mother and said, can we daughter to go with us to the police station.
Was the daughter able to identify?
Yes, when the girl went there, he identified the culprit that he has been coming to the mother's place to buy. It was there that my daughter, visiting her friend, met this guy. He befriended them, both of them, that he has been talking to them, encouraging them to study that he be friends with them.
So this is someone that your daughter knew?
I didn't know, yes, but according to the girl, my daughter knew that guy. According to the girl, but I myself don't know that my daughter knows such a person.
And how long has the daughter known him?
I don't know.
Now, the police say that when they rearrested him after he escaped their custody, they found some items belonging to your daughter.
Yes, that is my daughter's dress. He went out that very Friday. He was in that dress, head cap, and then dress, and then the sandals were all there.
Did she pack a bag? Did she take any other things when she left the house?
She didn't take any. So the dress, according to the police, was wrapped in a certain polythene and taken behind where he was already arrested.
So what does that tell you? What did you feel when they told you?
Like I felt, even when they called me at the house that I found my daughter, I began. I don't know if my daughter is still alive. How come the rest is there and the body is not anywhere to be found? Though I still feel to be told that my daughter is dead before I can that is dead. But now, anything I thought about, if he's dead, I don't have anything.
Well, Israel, this is just one of the 7 reported cases of kidnapping here in Takoradi. And this is just one father who is running on the fumes of hope. But he's hoping those fumes will take him far enough to find his daughter. I'll bring you more stories, more families waiting for their daughters.
All right, thank you very much, KOJO YANKSON, and to all the families who have been affected. We're letting you know here at JoyNews, we are standing with you. This is a cause we are very much in support of, and we have launched a campaign to engage you, the members of the public, to help out by sharing the images of the girls as far as possible. The hashtag Bring Back Our Tidy Girls is already trending. It's trending on #1 right now on Twitter, and we need you all to retweet with that hashtag until the girls are found. We're also pushing out their images on Facebook and WhatsApp. Please share the images with your friends in your WhatsApp groups, and I believe with your help, we can collectively help return these girls to their families. As part of our efforts to bring some closure, we're continuing to put these stories out and continuing to harp on it until these girls are found.